To add inventory in Guild, click on the Add Inventory button and type in your password. Now enter the vendor for the item. In Guild, the vendors have an abbreviation as well as their full name. You can enter either based on what you know. Then enter the invoice. Then the stock type. Purchased means you own it. Company memo means it's a memo from a vendor. Customer consignment means you have it on consignment from one of your customers. Sample means that it's an item that looks like the real thing but is only a sample. You'll have to actually order in the item if a customer purchases it. In this case, we'll do purchased. Under category, enter what category the item belongs to. In Guild, categories are broken into 7 groupings by default. 1 stands for diamond, 2 for gold, 3 for watches and clocks, 4 for colored stone, 5 for pearl, 6 for costume, and 7 for miscellaneous. If you don't like this grouping, you can change it. For this item, it is a colored stone piece, so it starts with a 4, and then after that is just an acronym for what it is. So miscellaneous stone earring. Now enter the style. The quantity. The cost. And now you can use the compiler to create a description. With the compiler, you simply enter details about the item and it will build a description. You can change these drop downs to match whatever groupings you have for your store. If a field does not apply to the item, simply go to the next one. You can see as I'm filling this out, it is building the description of the item. And with that, we have a completed description of the item, and we can save compiler. Now we need to take a photo of the item. We can do that by clicking this little photo frame in the bottom left corner. We can then click Get Photos. And then we can select Capture, Capture JPEG, and Save. If you want, you can take a second photo of the item, or even a third and a fourth, up to 9 photos total. For this example, we will take 2 photos. And now you can see we have 2 photos for this item. You'll notice that the compiler automatically filled in some of these other fields for us. If we had not used the compiler, we would need to fill these in manually. This item is now ready to be recorded. If we wanted, we could print a tag by checking the print tag box, but we won't do so for this item. We can now hit the save button, and the item has now been added to inventory. You will notice that for the next item, the vendor, the invoice, the stock type, and the category remain the same. That way, if you have an invoice from a vendor, you don't have to re-enter that information for each item on the invoice. For the next item, you would fill it in just as you did the previous item. Or if the item happens to already be in inventory, you can add it to an existing item. So when we're typing in the style number here, if the style number is already in the system and you type it in again, it will ask if you want to add to the existing item, and you can say yes. You can see that it has already populated the invoice and style, and we just need to add the quantity, the current cost, and it will calculate the retail for us. Now we save the item, and we go back to adding another inventory item. And that completes our basic overview of adding an inventory item.